you hear stories. You know, Reagan used to be a Democrat. He left the party, and he went and became a Republican. And you read the story, something happened. You know, you see, normally it's the other way around, the left leaving to the right. I mean, we saw Bobby leaving. I don't know if he's a Republican, but he's working with Trump. Tulsi leaving, you know, independent and probably Republican, and she's over here, right? You see some of the people from the left. Mm-hmm. But what did they do to you behind closed doors? When you're asking, and who are you in direct contact with? Like, who is calling you out? Who is saying things to you? Who is not answering you? Was there a moment where you said, if you guys don't do X, Y, Z, I'm out? Did that moment ever happen?
He was the top of the chair. He was the top of the party.
And how often are you communicating with him?
He only communicates in public. He doesn't answer any private communications. He wants the drama. He's using me for clickbait, to be clear. He doesn't want to answer any questions. But it wasn't just one single incident. I've been shifting rightward for the past couple of years. There are a lot of things in my personal life that have egged me on here. And I mean, I don't want to bore you with the details, but there are a lot of deeply personal things that shaped, you know, as a conservative, conservative is a liberal mugged by reality. And I have literally been mugged by people on the street in Philadelphia by a progressive, which is run by a progressive George Soros funded prosecutor. This is very personal, but it's true, and people might not recognize the impact of it. I was on birth control for 5 years. I was told to get on it by a liberal doctor who basically marketed it as something that would solve. I have health issues. I didn't go on it for licentious behavior or anything like that. It was supposed to help with something. But it completely altered my mind almost. And when I decided to come off it in May 2023, I feel like I reclaimed my life. And I realized conservatives were right all along. And people might ridicule me for citing this as a reason, but I feel like it stole half a decade of my life. Half a decade that I was kind of living on the sidelines of what I could have been. And so I'm playing catch up. I've been playing catch up for the past 2 years because I bought into that ideology that birth control was going to, you know, it would herald independence, a new era for women. But it actually just hijacked my mind. And so that happened, and then the assaults on the street, and I've always been conservative. I've been a Christian all my life, and the party has just been lurching to the left. I want nothing at all. It makes me sick. I don't want nothing to do with the woke and the trans ideology. I didn't sign up for that. That was a recent development, right? In the past 5-6 years, the Democratic Party that I joined was rooted in middle-class values of moderation, fiscal responsibility, you know?
While you're there, and I get that, but to me, you know, while you're in it and you're raising the money, 10 million, 2 million, 3 million, you're raising millions for these guys, right? What's the incentive? Meaning, is there a comp plan? Is there a way you're getting paid the more money you raise?
No. But by the way, I wasn't paid. I'm a donor. I'm one of those rich fucks who give money. I don't get paid for any of this.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So what was your motivation to do that?
I love to do it. I love politics. I just love it. My entire life. I want to be very clear, and some people don't understand English or don't understand the English that I speak. Let me say it one more time. I was not paid a single dime to raise money for Biden, Harris, or anybody. They came to my house. I hosted them for free. My family, we own a lot of real estate. We donated a church. We donated buildings. We didn't collect. Actually, Oprah should have done what I did. We made in-kind contributions and we covered the rent and the production costs. Oprah was reimbursed. She got $2 million. We didn't take any money. So I was not paid. I want to be very clear. Those people calling me a grifters, they're either ignorant or they're liars.
This is very important, though,
it's
to
so
say
important.
this. So nobody ever paid you.
And no one, are you paying me today?
No,
exactly.
No, but what I'm saying is during that time, so you're raising this money for no reason, then it has to be.
The thrill of the game. I love it. I know it's so hard for people to understand, but I love to be in the center of the action. This is what having come from an authoritarian regime that would have arrested me by now. Like, I was born in China where women in politics was just unthinkable. I consider it a sacred trust to be involved in politics, to shape American thought. It's such an honor to be here.
So it's for the love of the game. Now, okay, so let me be devil's advocate. Is it getting into parties? Is it getting you into meetings that maybe you wouldn't have gotten if you wouldn't have given that money? Is it getting you to meet people that's kind of cool?
But that's not all of it. It's also just, I loved, shaping as an influencer, as, someone who worked so hard. I'm a commissioner of Pennsylvania, by the way. I was appointed by the governor to, have an impact on my communities, on my state, on my Commonwealth. That's amazing. It's something that, as someone who comes from a communist regime, I never would have had that opportunity. So I think even my brother, who's born here, he doesn't understand why I care so much. He's in business. He just doesn't understand my fixation with politics.
So if you're raising money for these guys, and it has nothing to do with, you're not getting paid nothing. There's no so you have to raise money. Why weren't you raising money for Republicans? Why did you raise money for Democrats?
I wonder that a lot during the campaign, actually.
Why didn't you?
I really wondered that. I was like, actually, we were at a dinner with Doug Emhoff, and my guest was like, "Why are we here?" We were watching the antics on the stage, and my guest was like, "We're on the wrong team, aren't we?" And this is in the middle of the campaign. So yeah, that question, I'm crying right now just talking about it. But like in the middle, I was like, this isn't right. Like neither of us identified. The party was shifting so quickly. It was happening in like real time. And they worshipped like LGBTQIA+. Every year there's another letter added. Next year there's going to be like a Z attached or something. And
they're thinking that's resonating with the people, but it's not. When you're in it with others who are also raising money and they're seeing how things are going, were there any others like you on the inside that are like, Lindy, what are we doing here? What the hell is going on? Are there other fundraisers like you out there?
You mentioned Goldman Sachs.
Yes.
A lot of my donors, I'm sorry, people are going to call me a Wall Street shill, and I did work for Morgan Stanley. But those, as a donor, you have to have money, and a lot of my donors are in finance. And so they're conservative leaning, and they gave because I asked them to, not because they really believe. They gave because they're my friends. And a lot of them were like, "Oh, wow, this party is becoming like a little bit too much." But also, to be honest, many of them consider Trump to be an existential threat to democracy. And for these folks, for the business people, they want a stable economy most of all. They want, a prosperous stock market. They want America to prosper and to be stable and to not be turbulent. Hey guys, I'm so excited to be on Minnect. I will answer any questions no matter what it is, whether it be politics, sex, your love life, family issues, whatever it is, I'm here for you. I want to be your friend. I want to talk with you and understand you. So please reach out. I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks so much, guys.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.